Hiya and welcome to SS Cooking. My name is Nibal Deng and welcome to the show. Now, I know it's been a long time before we brought you a video. It's just that so many things have been happening. It's been crazy and hectic, but we do apologize, and from now on we will be keeping them consistent and coming for you. Also, we did do a survey where we gave you 4 options to choose from, and a majority of you chose Kudra Mafrouk. However, due to technical difficulties, i.e. I was not able to locate in the area that I am in, Mulakia, but as soon as I do, we'll bring that video to you as soon as possible, I promise. On today's show, we'll be cooking a favorite of mine, Medida Helba. This one is very beneficiary to the female hormones in terms of if you've just given birth and you're breastfeeding. It actually helps you produce more milk, the fenugreek seeds, the Helba. So that's why when you're giving birth, a lot of aunties, they come around with shorba, Medida, especially Medida Helba, because they know that helps you produce more milk for your baby. So with all of that information, I think we can get started and let's have a look at the ingredients. Okay, as you can see, we have 2 cups of plain flour in our bowl here. We have 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, but you can use white sugar if you prefer. We have half a teaspoon of salt. We have 2 tablespoons of oil. Here we have 3 tablespoons of fenugreek, the Helba. We'll be using 2 cups of water. Then we'll be using a wooden spoon, a sieve. Then we have the fork to mix the flour and the water together. So now we have our ingredients, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, we put the fire on in medium heat. Then we put the oil in, like that. Then you're going to pour the whole of the Helba in. So what we're going to do, we're going to fry it so that the color, as you can see, the color is kind of like a yellowy, kind of caramel color. But what we want it to be like a toffee color. We want it to be slightly brown, but not to burn it. So maybe let it fry for like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, always mixing. It could even be less than that, but you just have to keep an eye for the color. Okay, as you can see, the color has changed. It's gone slightly darker, like a caramel, toffee kind of color. So this is done now. We'll let it cool down, then we'll add the water to it. Now that it's cooled down, I've already added the 1 cup of water, so we'll be adding 3 cups of water to let the Helba boil. Okay, so now what we do, we just cover it with the lid. You put it on high heat and let it boil. Okay, while the Helba is boiling for 15 minutes, just to make it a little bit soft, we're going to mix the flour separately. So what you do, you have the 2 cups of plain flour, you add water, and then you'll be mixing it with the fork. It's cold water, not hot water. Okay, what we're looking for is a smooth paste, so we need to add a little bit of more water. Okay, so as you can see, this is the kind of paste we want. So all we've just put in is water and flour. There may be some few lumps, but you just need to keep mixing it with the fork. We'll let it sit and then mix it again so that they've all dissolved. So we don't want it thick, we want it quite watery, as you can see. Then that should be ready to use later. So 15 minutes should be up and it should look like this. You can see the green color. This is the actual thing that will give the Medida Helba its coloring. So the fenugreek seeds are done. They should be soft, as you can see. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to pour the fenugreek, the soup. Look at that lovely nice green color. And now we're just going to sieve it. Okay, so what I've done, I've taken the old pot that we were using to make the fenugreek seeds and I've washed it, and now put the fire on medium heat. So we're going to take our flour mixture, then we're going to pour it in. Then now, just like custard, we're going to keep mixing it, because if you stop mixing it and the heat, it gets hot, then you'll end up with a lot of lumps. So we're just mixing it. Eventually, we will need to add in more water so that it's not too thick. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour in the fenugreek, the soup without the Helba seeds, and as you can see, it gives it that nice green color for Medida Helba. Okay, as you can see, lumps are starting to form because now it's getting hot, but don't worry about that, they'll all cook in. Just pour in some water. It's getting thick, so we need to add more water. Always keep stirring. The lumps, they'll dissolve as it cooks, so don't worry about them so much. 1 more cup of water. Stirring. The lumps have gone. So now at this stage, what you could also do, if you want it to be more creamier and a richer taste, you can add 1/2 cup of milk, and it will just give it that much creamier taste to it. But for now, I'm not going to add the milk. I'll just leave it as it is. As you can see, if it gets too thick, you add just a little bit more water. But this, like this consistency, it's just fine. Fine. Okay, so now what we do, we take our salt, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, pour it in, mix it. Then we're going to add the sugar. Then you mix it in. Now the taste of Medida Helba, it's like it's a mixture of sweet and sour. You know that buttery popcorn taste? It's sweet, but at the same time it's salty. And that's how it's supposed to taste like. It's not supposed to be too sweet, and it's not supposed to be too salty. So for those that don't want the fenugreek inside, you can just have it like this, hot. Or if you prefer it cold, you can just pour it in a cup and put it in the fridge and eat it. But for those like myself who like the fenugreek taste to it, you just take from the sieve, you pour a little bit. It depending up to you. If you like a lot, pour it all in. If you like a little bit like myself, you pour a little bit in. Then you mix it. And so the Medida Helba should be ready. Okay, so now we're going to plate it up. Okay, so there you have it, the recipe for Medida Helba. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, comment and subscribe to see what we're cooking for our next show. Until next time, bye bye.